to be lucky to make the cut and play the greatest golfer in the world for 2 more days. And then in the NBA, you have Bronny James.
Friend of the show. Gorilla ice skating. And Cody's like...
He literally is like the most like human equivalent to a silverback gorilla. And you're just like...
Get that dust off there. Get that dust off there.
How do we start these things?
Gentlemen! What's up, boys?
Did you guys miss me?
I missed everything.
How are we doing? Welcome to the Juice Boys Show. The boys are back and better than ever. 3 brothers lost. So stupid. We forgot how to make a podcast. It took us 5 weeks, 4 weeks to figure out how to make another one. We just figured it out. Too stupid to stop after 88 episodes. Took a little hiatus, took a little breather, took a little break. But we are so back, boys. So back. Sports podcast for the sports morons, by the sports morons. Whenever you're listening, however you're listening, we thank you so much. I am the third turd. I'm here with my 2 boys, the Sultan of Sift.
Hello.
The bearded fellow himself.
Hello.
Dodo Potato.
That's me.
Yeah, that's you. Joey. There you are, buddy.
That's me. Yeah.
Wow.
The Dodo.
Off to a great start.
The
boys.
professor.
Yeah.
With the professor, Mr. Pulp, Christopher Pelletier.
What's up? How we doing?
Guys.
Good to be back here, boys. I've missed you boys.
I missed you guys. How was your break?
hangs.
What's new? I haven't seen you. I missed you. I missed your faces. I missed your voices. A lot of sports going on. The group chat's been blowing up. I think we got a lot of takes built up.
Yes.
Tell me about it. What'd you do with your time off? Huh?
exercising.
Anything good?
Well, first of all, friends, I want to give a big heartfelt thank you to the Juice Chunky community. All of the outpouring love and support I've got from several of our listeners. Well, first of all, they found out about the unfortunate situation going on in my family by texting me saying, "Why isn't the show on? Where have you been?" Which led to unfortunate conversations. But I appreciate all the love and the support. I'm happy to be back. We're doing well. Things are going okay. Things are better than they were. So we're here.
Hey,
We're here. We love love everybody. I'm drinking what I got 4 weeks ago that I still haven't.
hey.
Nicely done. What restraint.
After these stressful few past weeks. And it is actually pretty damn good. I'm not going to say these whiskey snobs out there are going to be assholes and say, Kirkland. But Costco has been a savior. Costco has been fantastic these past few weeks. And this Tennessee whiskey, the Sour Mash, is actually pretty freaking good. So let's...
Nope.
Nothing.
Oh, it didn't do it.
Moving on. No.
Nothing.
I don't even know. Chris, I'm sure you had a better last few weeks.
Well, nobody texted me asking where the show was, but that's fine. I wasn't available. I actually snuck on board the Blue Origin women's only space flight.
You were on there.
Yeah, I got
that was
caught
you
when we came back down to Earth, and I got sentenced to 28 days hard labor in the Loveland Prime warehouse. So I actually just got out this morning. No text. No one even knew I was gone.
I mean, because you were in space.
You were in space for
minutes,
just
right?
trying to
Is that what it was?
Katy Perry's day. Yeah.
You're a hero.
Thank you.
Me and Joey were starting to wonder where you were, but not enough to
You'd have gotten around
text
to it.
anyone about
text.
it. No, not to text your wife or anything. Guys, I got I got landscape in my backyard. And now that I've turned 30,
what a day.
You get your tea or coffee. Joey and I've talked. You just in the morning you go look at your lawn.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah, this is new. This is a new art to me. And you look at the lawn that you kind of sort of take care of.
Yeah.
See, and then once we get you a garden built out there, then what you do is you go check the garden as if you can tell any changes from yesterday when you check the garden.
Let's give it a little
hey, look, it's still green.
There's a nub.
Yeah, and stick your finger in it. Is it wet? Okay,
Yeah.
we're
That's about all I did.
Moisture.
Yeah, then
Also-
go out on your deck and put your hands on your hips and do a big front lunge and then just stare and then drink your coffee.
Yeah,
And
you
then-
kind of
and then-
contemplate life and your
now
day.
Now you're a 30-year-old homeowner. And then, welcome.
You kind of contemplate the whole thing. Like, what is it all for? I got to do this shit today. Yeah.
Who is that guy? I don't
Who is
recognize
that? Where's the young man?
What's he up to? Hey,
How does he afford that car?
Yeah. Guys, we had so little demand about this show.
Ghana was worried.
Ghana was worried.
as they should be. As they should even do. What do they do with their lives when we take a couple weeks off?
The demand was so low. How low was it?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Yeah, no, yeah. I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're supposed to keep
You didn't have a
I didn't.
punchline to the joke
I thought
forced
one
yourself into?
Yeah. I thought,
How about a few texts? That's pretty good demand.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, guys, we're back. We're so back.
We're back.
We're
We love it.
brushing
We
this
miss
thing
you.
off. Let's do it. We got a
miss you.
sports docket, squeeze of the week, more on mountains. We got a big stat of the day, a big tot on the back end of the show. We're going to quickly hit on each league, a little around the horn real quick, a little bit of what we missed in our time off. We're so back. We are so back. Time off, and what's
Lots
going
to
on?
talk about.
Lots to talk about. Guys, let's hit on MLB first. Who should we hit on?
Who
For
is
the MLB? It's the middle of the season, not a ton going on, but there's a local team.
There's something going on.
There's
That's
something
historic. There is history happening in our little town here.
Oh, boys.
Let's talk about it.
Holy shit.
The Colorado Rockies are on pace to break the White Sox record for the worst MLB season in the 150-year history of Major League Baseball.
Civil War. Okay. Yeah. It's been a long time.
Oh my God.
Let me just say, I was talking to Chris about it. The Rockies are, I think, 6 games behind pace of the White Sox historic season.
Already?
Yes, already.
Yeah.
The run differential is minus 90, and the White Sox is like 68. So the Rockies are on one. I went to a game. I couldn't name one player.
You did. You have.
It was
been
awful.
there.
I was so pissed to be there.
Wait,
but
Chris
listener
Bryant,
Kindle.
Wait, was Chris Bryant playing?
Oh, of course not. No.
No, of course he wasn't.
He got paid
playing.
though. So what do we think of the Rockies? Where can they go from here? Anywhere?
Oh God, they have a 16% winning percentage right now. All right, a 167. So we round up a 17%. Well, let's give it to them. All right. We were talking last year watching the White Sox in like the 240s. Okay, like this is making historically bad look historically bad.
Like, not like this is like Usain Bolt breaking the world record by like multiple strides, sorts of like
They're running away with it.
the bar.
Running
I
away
mean,
with it.
just nuking.
Like their best player is Kyle Freeland, who is not good. All right, I mean, like their next best player is their catcher. This kid that I have like literally never heard of. I think his name is Hammond. And like he's like 26th in the league in OPS, and he's our best, the best player on the team. And he's a catcher who doesn't play every day. All right. This is becoming like bizarrely epic. I think we need to change the tune from let's buy the Athletics to let's buy the Colorado Rockies. Because guess who is in second place in the AL West right now? The
Sacramento A's?
No home A's.
The soon-to-be Anchorage Athletics.
Yeah, they are putting together. I have no idea why. Maybe just getting out of just we hate it here, Oakland, and going to somewhere where they have a little bit of fans. I mean, I know that even though it's only 10,000 people, but when it's full, it still makes you feel good.
It does.
You know, like 10,000 people in Oakland Coliseum makes you feel really bad.
Yeah.
All right? And so that like now they're playing well. So we need to say, let's buy the freaking Colorado Rockies. Dick Monfort he has allowed this to happen, pushed the sale of his players, and is just profiting off of all of us.
A downtown
Cody,
stadium.
You went to a game, and it's the most beautiful, one of the most beautiful, in my opinion, the second most beautiful ballpark in America behind PNC in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's just cashing all those luxury tax checks and just being like, yeah, this is how I make money on this team. I don't give a shit.
Buster Olney came out, who's a very respected baseball reporter, columnist, said that the Colorado Rockies have the best fans in all of baseball.
The most tolerant, for sure.
No, he said the best.
That's fair.
He said because they have continually put up with absolute dog shit for going over 30 years now. We've had like what 5 or 6 playoff teams ever, you know, and still 7th in the league in attendance. They're going to break the
nuts.
all-time record for losses. And yet the fans are still there. And they're still cheering him on. Everybody says it's because of the stadium.
Cody, you were a part of
I
that.
don't give a shit.
I
I don't
pissed.
care if it's because of the stadium. They're still there. And they're still cheering when shit happens. And they're still filling it up 30,000 fans in that ballpark for the worst team that's ever existed.
Civil war. Civil war.
Let's get on. Let's start a fundraiser to buy this team. It's going to probably cost like $6 billion for Dick Monfort to be like,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah.
And here's the thing. You would think that if you're that bad, you have a good farm system. Well, I read they also have the worst farm system in the league, or at least top. What do we say,
God.
Chris? Top, bottom 2, 3.
Yeah, I thought you said
farm
it was
systems?
like bottom few, something like
So
that.
the future is not bright for the Rockies. No prospects, no talent,
But hey,
zero pitching.
At least Bud Black is out of a job. A man who somehow managed to squeeze
9 years, a
some
decade.
proficiency out of the most god awful squad with no funding to speak of. Like,
this is such trash. How do you blame this on him?
And they
That
keep
is the
bringing Clint
worst.
Hurdle back just because he lives nearby. That's how bad.
Yeah, that's why. He was like, "I'll be your hitting coach." I
Yeah.
live in Cherry Creek still.
Yeah, that's all it is. It has nothing.
I didn't have anything to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just didn't have to fly him out and move him into a temporary apartment. That's all it was.
How do you blame this on the manager when these are not Major League Baseball players? Like they would be on the Double-A team on the Yankees.
Oh,
I mean,
gosh.
like this is not even this is not fair. This is not Bud Black. I've always been a fan of Bud Black, and for
Same.
you can him now after all the shit that he's gone through. Oh man, I think it's never been his fault. It's the upper management's fault, and we'll see how it goes.
It's a beautiful
I'm rooting
disaster.
for it. I'm rooting for it to happen, just so the fans will go pitchfork and just get out there and be like, sell this team.
Get it out. Oh, what a beautiful story. Guys, let's hit on
Love it.
NHL and golf a little bit. We're going to put them together. We missed a little bit. Rory wins the
Okay.
Masters.
Hell
go.
yes, he did.
Scotty wins the
Beautiful.
tournament. PGA Championship. Maybe Chris give us a little preview of that. And you guys had Rory winning. Bravo. Before we went on break.
Sure did.
Weren't allowed to pick it because he was a second favorite. But
Yeah.
Chris, that just felt like one of the most magical moments. Him missing, chunking on 18, sitting into that ravine, and then just pulling the ultimate choke again. I was watching it like this is impossible.
Oh yeah.
This is absolute, like, how does it happen this epically again?
But it
then
was
the ball's
incredible.
the-
I mean, that was the most stressed I've ever been watching a Sunday round of not just any major, but any tournament.
Yeah.
Like watching first he and Bryson kind of going toe to toe, blow for blow. And then I think it was on 14 or 15. He hits it into the water. Yeah, it was on 15, then 16, 17, 18.
crumbled.
Yeah, Bryson had disappeared by then, but Justin Rose was resurgent out of freaking nowhere. And then Rory closes out 16, 17, 18 just beautifully until that missed putt on 18 put them in a playoff.
The chunk up into the, like, he played 18 terribly. He played the entire hole terribly. And that was like, I was watching it and my poor wife was trying to sleep. I was like doing that like epic, just trying not to scream, like, what just happened? And oh my God, that was nuts.
Good for Rory.
Well, good
Yeah,
for
and
Rory. What
then Scotty on his win, like he was
He won by
heads
17
and
strokes.
shoulders ahead of the rest of everybody, and so the entire rest of the squadron behind him is just competing for second. He was literally on pace to set a new PGA record for the lowest total score of all time and bogeyed 18 to tie it instead.
Oh no.
But that's the insane thing. He wound up finishing like 31 under, 32 under, and his second like lowest score ever was 30 under last year at the FedEx Championship, where he started 10 under. He had a
That's
10
right. He
stroke
had
lead to start off and got his lowest score ever, and then started from nothing and blew that out of the water.
What was the par?
unreal.
What was the par on that course? Because I mean, if it's 72, so that means he's averaging
That's been weeks ago now.
every round. I mean, that's absurd.
Yeah, Chris, give us a PGA Championship preview. Where's that?
What is the PGA Championship is looking to be a saucy one. They actually didn't even allow spectators to come and watch the practice round on Monday of this week because of the torrential rain that they were getting in anticipation of the start of the tournament, and I think even to start the day on Monday. And so spectators were told that they weren't going to be allowed to even come on the grounds because they were worried about people slipping, falling, and ultimately like damaging the grounds at I think it's Quail Hollow.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
So it's looking to be kind of a wild one. You know, I imagine the favorites are Scotty, Rory, probably Xander Schauffele.
Let's go. So Schauffele.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really exciting hot hands. Bryson DeChambeau's up there. Yep. John Rahm is up there. God, why he's been irrelevant.
He's the guy forgot how to play the golf.
But man,
I got a lot of money.
Justin Thomas resurgent this season.
Yes, he did.
My boy.
Fellas, did you see that he actually hired our own Sultan of Sif, Joey Linehan, onto the bag for a couple of weeks?
I've been proven to be a really good caddy, right?
He got his first win in like years by having our
almost
beloved
choked,
JoJo on the bag. And then Joey found himself with a nice new home getting hired by Colin Morikawa after leading Justin Thomas to that win.
He's passing you around, Joe. How do you feel about that?
I'm good.
Oh, he likes it.
Okay.
He prefers it, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Joey, NHL playoffs, give it to us, baby. What's going on? How do you feel about it?
Oh, guys, you know, the last few weeks have been tough for me as an NHL fan because I'm seeing my beloved Avalanche choke. Game 7, I was watching it with you, Cody, live, up 2-0, about less than 10 minutes left. And the dreaded, the hated Mikko Rantanen just goes absolutely apeshit and goes on a tear that we haven't seen like in a long time in playoffs. Rips out the hearts of the Avalanche, goes into the next series. They're up 3-1 on the Winnipeg Jets right now. It's looking like Dallas is going to probably go to the Cup. My only hope, I'm hoping now, I love America, and I know that Gulf Coast Joe, Mangrove Joe, is not going to like this, but I'm hoping for an All Canada Cup. I want to see Toronto, and I want to see Edmonton. Edmonton's up 3-1 right now against the Vegas Golden Knights, and the Maple Leafs are tied in their series 2-2 against the defending champions, the Florida Panthers. I don't like Florida. Let's go. I'm sorry, Joe. I don't want the Florida Panthers to win. Let's see an all Canada Cup. Let's get excited about hockey, even though it is the NHL. Canada. This is Canada's sport. They haven't won since what, 94, 93. So let's come on.
Give him one. Throw him a bone.
Let him have one.
This would be awesome.
Okay, Canada. We'll give you one.
Oh, Canada.
All right, guys. We got to hit on real quick the NFL draft and schedule release if we want to. But
we have some things to say.
This was such a story that we have to bring him back.
Yeah,
old Shedeur Sanders
didn't go great.
You know, he was projected top 3, top 5. He slid into the back of the first round.
Top 9. It was almost like
to Mel
a secured
Kiper,
top 9.
He was
according to Mel Kiper, every single team should have been trading away the farm just to go pick him number 1.
So he goes to bed.
What a joke.
Yeah.
He goes to bed after the first night. Oh, okay, I'm going to be a day 2 guy. That sucks, but hey, pow. He doesn't get drafted on day 2.
Nothing.
Oh, boy. Prime time is over.
Has to put away all the jewelry a second time.
Oh,
legendary.
Day 3 comes around.
Pack up the tent that he erected as a shrine to his own ego.
Well, meanwhile, we get 2 days of Mel Kiper just fucking
losing his mind.
Losing it over what's going on, which, I mean, it was head scratching, a little bit of like, because
Mel
Not
took
for
it
all of us.
personally. He took it personally, and he was
did.
like, he's like, if you don't think that us who do this for a living can't understand what a quarterback looks like. And he's just like calling every GM out, like saying that he knows more than them. He was appalled. Absolutely.
Oh,
appalled.
yeah.
Yeah.
and then it
As if once upon
snowballed.
a time he didn't guarantee Deshaun Kaiser was going to be in the Hall of Fame, you fucking idiot.
Didn't he say Jimmy Clausen or something was going to be he was going to
Clausen.
retire?
Yeah.
Jimmy Clausen. Yeah.
So then it
Was gonna be the
snowballed.
future.
I think every group chat in America was blowing up, saying, "Oh, well, the Jets have to take him here. Oh, well, the Browns have to." And then all these teams took a bunch of
The
quarterbacks.
Steelers have to take him now.
They have to take him, and they just kept flipping Sanders off. It was hilarious. And then I think the day 3 ratings were the best of all time for ESPN and the NFL draft.
Probably.
could they not
Everybody's just hate watching it.
Everyone was like, "Where's this guy going?" And then the fucking Browns trade up after getting Dylan Gabriel and finally draft Shedeur Sanders in the
Unreal.
fifth round,
Fifth round.
middle
Man.
of the 5th round.
Yeah.
So
And
now,
then Mel Kiper said that was the best pick of the draft.
so now,
And the Browns got an A+. Did you see that?
oh,
the
did
Browns got an
because
A+.
the weighted average of it.
Did they?
Yeah. A+.
Who wants to go through the Browns quarterback room real quick?
Oh, boy. We got Kenny Pickett.
Yep,
We got the statue himself, Joe Flacco.
My
he's
most hated player.
still
Second
chugging.
most hated player.
We've got old Rub and Tug.
He's still on the roster.
He's there.
He's still on
We've
the
got
roster.
young man-ish, Dylan Gabriel
Yep. Who was drafted in the first round?
in the second round.
Second round, yes.
Third round, you guys. He
Was
a
it third?
Yeah, he was
Jesus.
Come on, you guys. Let's do some
And then
research. Third round.
Shedeur Sanders, the ultimate, like, F it. One of the two of you will pan into something.
One of you 5 can get us a dub, right?
And they let Jameis Winston go. And they're like, this will be better. Yeah,
Just be out there eating dubs. Instead, you've got this garbage. Put 5 more nameplates on the back of the most depressing jersey ever assembled by a fan.
After giving a blank check to Myles Garrett on a complete rebuild situation, it just gets so much better for the Browns. You said the Rockies are the best. Those Browns, man, anyone who buys a ticket at this point is
Just hates
Yeah,
themselves.
but Coors Field is awesome.
That is true.
that's okay.
I love it.
All right, does Shedeur Sanders start a game this year? We'll just end with that for the NFL.
No, I don't think he does. I think they're going to go with old man Flacco. And
The whole year, the whole season.
I mean,
they got Pickett
probably.
Too. They got
Like-
Pickett too. But
Yeah,
Small hands
Pickett's
Pickett. What are we
trash.
doing? What are we doing?
I don't
I think
know.
it's trash. You
Shedeur's-
bring him in for mop-up duty against teams like the Chiefs. Like, you can't rely on a guy like that.
Yeah.
Shedeur Sanders. Thanks for the entertaining
No, it's
draft.
not.
Oh, beautiful.
Nuts.
Can I take my my little victory lap here?
Sure, you.
Because I
were on
told
it.
you fellas for a while. A while.
Oh, wow.
That I actually didn't think Travis Hunter nor Shedeur were top 2 picks, and I still stand by that. I cannot believe that the Jaguars looked at the dumpster fire that they've been for the last 10 years and were like,
sold the farm to get.
they're like, you know what we don't need? Draft capital. You know what we do need? A sideshow. Like, he doesn't plug holes for you. He's not fixing any. Like, he's an incredible athlete, yes, but you're not one incredible athlete away from relevance. What are you doing?
That was the question. They had to sit in the room and
Giving away
say,
your draft capital just for like a splashy name now to give your fans just one little dose of hope before you continue to be a 500 team. What a stupid pick by the Jaguars.
"Oh, baby."
And then Shedeur. Oh, Shedeur. You built an entire shrine to your ego. You sat down with Brian Daboll and pissed him off so much
So bad.
that your family and the Browns have threatened to sue if that gets leaked.
What?
That's how bad he screwed that up.
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Breaking news here.
dragged your ass all the way down into irrelevance to the point of, well, you at least no longer have to worry about being a potential bust because even getting a single dub as a round 5 quarterback is impressive.
That's
Dude,
The standard has been.
he apparently just sandbagged every interview to teams that he didn't want to go to, and just
Didn't even prepare.
No, it's like, oh my God, that was kind of like poetic justice in a way, but I think it was even more of like kind of collusion, just being like, you know what, this kid's a prick, so let's let him suck it for a little bit, and then guess who broke?
The Browns.
Most trustworthy organization in all of football.
They don't care about it. Yeah.
Like, we don't give a shit. Let's go. Wait, did we just pick Dylan Gabriel? Are we serious? All right. So, okay. Yeah. Let's
Why not? What do we got to lose at this point?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Beautiful.
What it was wonderful.
Beautiful
Guys,
draft, boys.
NBA, let's wrap it up. Do you want to go more playoff route, or is it rigged for the Dallas Mavericks?
Oh, it just is rigged. We can talk playoffs.
1.8% chance that the Dallas Mavericks were going to win the draft lottery. Bitch.
What just happened?
They
What
did
just happened in Dallas? I think I had a breaking news on the streets of Dallas.
You were there recently. It took you 5 weeks to get back. That's why we're just getting started.
I was there.
Yeah. I think
people
Luka
were
was
about to
traded for nothing.
They're going to burn the city down, like after they traded Luka, but not for nothing. Now they have Anthony Davis, and he was playing pretty well when he's healthy. He was playing pretty well down the stretch.
That's his nickname.
Now,
That's great.
yeah, when he's healthy.
Enjoy that third of the season.
Now you're just going to bring in another potential generational talent, and I think Cooper Flagg will be that. This kid's a freak. Like he's so good. And this was 100% rigged. 100% rigged. They wanted Luka.
Spicy.
They wanted Luka in LA. The Mavericks were fighting for the last playoff spot. You can't get the number 1 pick if you even make the play-in. All right, and so it's just like we're getting out of this. Like, you got to tank. You can't make the playoffs, so you can be in the lottery.
Well, Kyrie got hurt. Yeah, it all spiraled on him.
Yeah, and so they're like, no, just don't play anymore. Just don't play anymore. Luka's in LA. Cooper Flagg's going to be in Dallas. This is 85 all over again with Patrick Ewing going to the Knicks. Like this is a team that's about ready to just implode. What do they need? The best player in college basketball. Immediately, boom, done.
LeBron goes to Cleveland.
Lottery is such a joke, dude.
D Rose goes to Chicago.
Every team that's about to just absolutely die, it happens so frequently. But
you think of another time that AD was traded. He left the Pels, and what happened there?
Oh, they're absolutely terrible. But they got
who did they get?
Williamson.
They got
Zion Williamson.
round 1, pick 1, Zion Williamson, who everybody thought was going to be a freak phenom in the NBA.
Out of nowhere. I mean, it's just like
rigged.
It's
rigged. Juice Boys claim.
Of course,
punching the rigged,
dude.
All in on rigged.
Okay, I like that. That's a good way to come back to this show. Episode 88.
It took us 88 episodes. We agreed once.
They're able to hide it when there's like a dog shit like number 1 option, right? So obviously it wasn't rigged last year when the Atlanta Hawks picked Zachary Rickshire or whatever the hell his name is from from France. San Antonio Spurs. Weird. Victor Wembanyama.
Generational big man.
Probably not rigged for Orlando Magic with Pablo Banchero. Probably not rigged for the Detroit Pistons with Cade Cunningham. Definitely rigged for Zion Williamson. 100% rigged for Zion Williamson. Definitely rigged for Anthony Davis, a new team going to New Orleans. Definitely
that's right.
Definitely rigged for Cleveland Cavaliers getting Kyrie Irving right after LeBron left.
Isn't that convenient?
Bullshit. This is bullshit. All right. And once again, Derrick Rose in 08. I mean, guys, it doesn't stop. I can go through the entire list of NBA draft. It's the lottery has to stop, or they have to show it to us live. I don't give a crap if it takes 6 hours with 1,000 ping pong balls. All right. It's just like, just
that
show
would be
it.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
I would be
Bring
so
it back.
stoked.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, we're out of shape. We got to take a break. Let's take a music break while we catch our breath. We're not in shape. It's been a while since we recorded. Music break. All right, guys, episode 88. The Juice Boys are so back, and we miss the Juice Junkie community so much. Thank you for all the love, all the prayers, all the maybe one text on where we were at, on what happened.
Several. Several.
Everybody text Joey.
Yeah.
Several. I'm still waiting. Maybe mine got lost in the mail or the ether or whatever.
I don't know what that says about
That's how
you
that
guys.
works.
I don't know what
That's
that
how
says
that
about you
works.
guys, but I got several. So.
Oh, okay.
Nobody talks to me.
No.
It's great.
This
I live
this
in a cave.
This is Chris's social hour for the week.
Yeah.
Guys, Moron Mountain Squeeze of the Week. Claim to shame. We got a full one today. Chris, you got double? You have two?
Dose.
I've got thoughts.
Okay.
I've been bottling up
There's
for
some
a
things to
while.
say.
And Nephew Ryan is back.
Let's go.
That's right.
And usually he gets
Welcome back,
destroyed.
nephew
So
Ryan. By one of us.
don't have shitty take. Don't have a bad take. Chris, you get to start though. Take it away. What do you
All
got?
right. First one, obvious one. Rory is going to win another major this season, and I think
Oh, that's
it's going to be
spicy.
the Open.
The Open.
The
Okay.
Open, boys. He has been so close there the last 2 years. He has had just brilliance to close each of those tournaments, but he's been so in his head. He's just not started off great and been able to put together a complete tournament. I think he's got the monkey off his back now with that green jacket, and I think he's going to wind up stepping out there and just playing lights out. Cannot wait to see it. Let's go, Roars.
Man, if he does that, he's pushing like all time. He's already up there because he's a Grand Slam, all
Yeah.
four. But he's pushing like top 5, if he does that. So
I don't know if
that'd
that's
be
that
incredible.
spicy.
I just wanted it to be said so that you can either make fun of me when I'm wrong or I
Okay.
can gloat if I'm right.
I see what you did
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Well, just
I'm all
put
right
it
with
out
it.
there.
Okay, we'll just put it. All right.
Let it be out there in the ether.
Angle.
Okay. Well,
Fly fishing.
I'm a
Not-
Rory stan,
not super spicy
me.
for the first time back. I thought you'd have a little more spice.
No, but I've
too,
got something spicier for round 2. That's why
Oh.
I just toss that guy out there. Let it be. Let's
Okay.
talk about let's talk about nephew Ryan. Then
Okay.
we'll come back to me where we need to be focused.
Joey, we got a lot of words here. Usually I bring you in to read. Take it away
He's
from
the reader of the bunch.
Take it
All
away.
right. So this is from my awesome nephew Ryan. After the long-awaited return is back due to popular demand. His words. It's been well over a year.
Wait, what?
It's been well over a year.
His own
since my
demand.
last squeeze. Yeah. But what I'm saying today isn't a hot take. It's a fact. And I need to bring more light to this. My fact of the week is that golf is the hardest sport to go pro in, the hardest sport, period. Just over a couple months ago, I started to get really interested in professional golf and golf in general. And after taking a little deep dive on the PGA Tour and all the majors, only around 120 players in golf or in PGA tours. Wow, I didn't know that. That's ridiculous. To put that in perspective, the NBA has the smallest rosters in all of the other major sports, and only around 8 or 9 players see the court a year on a team when it really matters. That's right around 300 NBA players seeing a court a year. Wow, Ryan, bring in some stats.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
more than double the players in the PGA, which is insanity. The only rival the PGA has is Live Golf, and Live only has 48 players signed to a contract, which in a grand total, there is only around 170 golfers playing year round. So this take doesn't get too long. I'm only going to cover the Masters since the most important golf major. The Masters is probably the hardest sporting event to qualify for 95 players to play every year, with only around 42 making the cut, which means to be labeled one of the top golfers in the world, you have to outperform every golfer in the world to get onto one of the major tours. And then you have to outperform every golfer, at least 75 other golfers fighting for the same spot, and then play some of the greatest golf ever for 2 days to be lucky to make the cut, and play the greatest golfer in the world for 2 more days. And then
Okay.
in the NBA, you have Bronny James.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
I'm just saying, I can't even fathom how extremely good and talented you have to be to qualify for one of the major tours. Thank you for your time and have a great day, Nephew Ryan. Love you, Nephew Ryan.
Always such a kind send off before McCoy beats down a child.
I can't argue with any of that. I think it absolutely is the hardest sport to be in the top.
Oh, I
club.
can.
Oh, okay.
I'll argue.
Okay.
Go ahead, argue.
All right. If we are measuring difficulty purely based on the amount of people who try it versus the amount of people who wind up reaching the very tippity top tier each and every year, then it's F1. There's 20 seats. How many people are driving?
You just threw a big old curveball. You just threw a middle
How many
finger.
people are driving? Billions and billions of people. Yeah,
But 20 people.
Yeah, but
sit down
F1, you
in
have
those seats
NASCAR, you got
every year.
IndyCar, you have other avenues of
Yeah, but it's a
professional
different
high
sport.
level.
F1 is considered the very tippity tip top tier of professional racing, which is the point that he's making around the PGA Tour for golf.
Is racing a
there's a
sport?
lot of other professional golf.
100%.
Yeah, Corn Ferry.
Yeah, there's the Corn Ferry Tour, there's the DP World Tour, there is Live Golf, there's all sorts of
Playing Europe.
small professional tours that are like mini tours. Golf is actually not that super difficult to go pro in, but to reach that upper level of proficiency, I think one of the things that we're seeing with how ubiquitously popular golf has become is all of a sudden there are like very legit, very real athletes playing golf, taking not just the game seriously, but also their physical well-being, the way that they train, the way that they care for themselves 365 days a year. So I do at least agree there that the difficulty level in golf has continually been ratcheted up, honestly, since Tiger.
That's fair.
Yeah,
But to say that it's the single most difficult sport on the planet to reach the top echelon in, I would still disagree.
do you think it's not the hardest to reach to win the Masters in the world?
No, versus the Constructors Cup?
Guys, I did some quick math. Okay.
Okay.
The odds of being PGA Tour is 0.013%. That's pretty hard. That's pretty hard.
That's really really hard.
NBA is 0.03%. So it's really tomatoes, but his comparison was really what about NBA versus golf. So technically, Nephew Ryan got it right as far as his comparison.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I do not disagree with him that going pro in basketball is definitely easier than
No, I just appreciated the Bronny James rip.
That was a
I
great
was like,
rip.
that was a great rip, and so that's going in the book.
He was technically correct. I mean, they're both pretty much impossible. By 0.02% is the difference. But the math is the math. We respect the math around here. We don't do it very well.
we do.
But we respect the hell out of it.
Statistics and data.
For those that can do math, we salute you. And Ryan can do math.
Do math. Way to go, Ryan.
So good job to you. Thanks, Ryan, for sending that in. You're on our good side. You're on my good side. You brought receipts and math. Chris, number 2. We're bringing it back around.
Oh, I got thoughts, boys.
Got more?
This is a spicier one. Shador will wind up cut by the Browns and signed somewhere else by opening weekend.
Okay, all right. I was kind of
Joey's in on that.
Yeah,
Dude, for the same reason that once upon a time the Browns cut Joe Flacco because they didn't want a distraction from the fact that Deshaun Watson was their clear-cut number one. Cleveland doesn't want to deal with an entire season worth of a rabid fan base calling for Shador Sanders, their round 5 draft pick, who I'm assuming is not getting anywhere close to the number of reps, with anywhere close to the quality of O-line, receivers, skill positions, all that sort of thing. Like, he's just not going to be tested in a way that actually gives him a legitimate shot at going QB number 1. But he is going to get lauded as the should-be QB number 1 by all the Monday morning quarterbacks out there.
Mel.
Folks like us. And I think they're going to find themselves just being like, unless he somehow steps into spring ball and just balls out in such a way to where they actually think he could be QB number 2. I think if he's even just QB 3, maybe a maybe QB 3, I think you cut him just because you don't need the distraction on a team that's already way overpaid and has way too many distractions already.
Wow. I'm calling bullshit. There's no way they cut him. They could trade him.
That could be as well.
No, you said cut. There's no way, so I'm calling that.
I'm saying
out.
cut. I'm saying cut, but I also don't disagree that a trade could be a possibility. I just don't know who's going to step in and trade for him.
It's going to be the team that someone tears an ACL in training camp, and they're like, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes gets cut." It's like, "Oh gosh, we got to do something really fast." They have 5 quarterbacks they could spare.
I can see this asshole pompous kid coming in the quarter 4 of the 3rd preseason game and just lighting it up, and everybody's saying, "Oh, he should be the starter. He should be everything," and then they will trade. I don't know if he's going to get cut, but I don't think he'll play a game for them this year.
Someone's going to get traded. They have too many quarterbacks. You're not going to put Shedeur Sanders on the practice squad.
I think it's just too much collusion right now. I don't think he's going to play this year, at all.
But someone's going to get desperate. Someone's going to get hurt. They called Phillip Rivers.
I think he's going to play this year. I said he's not going to have an NFL
a tried
career.
And tested guy.
It was a chubby Phillip Rivers who hadn't touched a ball. The Colts called him to say, "Hey." So if someone's going to get hurt in a weird time, and they'll make a call, and he might get traded for a bag of chips. You never know.
I'm going to be a realist here as a CSU fan who absolutely hates the Buffaloes. There is no way that kid was a 5th-round talent. This was absolute collusion because the kid's a prick.
Joey sees collusion everywhere he looks.
I'm saying that he's not going to play this season because the collusion and the fuck you to the Sanders is going to continue to happen. No matter if he blows it up, no matter if he's the best player on the field, I don't think he's going to start. Did you see the Browns draft room when they picked him?
Oh, they weren't happy.
No excitement.
They were not happy.
Absolutely nothing.
That came from upstairs. That came up.
They don't want him. Are they going to allow him to get on the field and just create this? Whether or not he's worth it, I don't think he's definitely not bad enough to be cut. I just don't think he's going to play because he's a prick.
That was spicy, Chris.
I told you. I had more spice that's why I had to come with 2. Rory wasn't enough.
No, it wasn't. No. Joey, if people like Chris and nephew Ryan want to submit their squeeze of the week, which is our most outlandish take segment, claim to shame, where you eat your take. You own it.
You own it.
And Moron Mountain when you want to call someone else out for their stupidity in sports. How do they do so?
Juice Junkies, you could submit your most outlandish sports take or Moron Mountain nominee by emailing us at juiceboyshow@gmail.com or send us a DM on Instagram at juiceboyshow. It has the poll. We'll read it on the show.
Damn right.
Yes.
Hey, buddy. Good to see you.
Who's sponsoring today's show?
Fellas, it's great to be back in the saddle again with you both, and I am proud to announce the newest philanthropic endeavor by your beloved juicy hosts.
Yeah?
Because today's episode of the Juice Boys Show is brought to you by the Juice Boys Fund to burn down Dick Monfort's house.
Oh, thank you. I knew it.
Arson?
Yes.
That's right. Delicious
Arson's
juice junkies in previous year. We here at the Juice Boys Show have worked to crowdfund the purchase of several beloved sports franchises, but what Dick Monfort is doing to our hometown franchise no longer deserving of a polite purchase. No. Instead,
arson?
Juice Boys Fund to burn down Dick Monfort's house seeks a meager $10,000 to buy enough torches and pitchforks to give Dick Monfort the hostile takeover we all deserve.
Arson?
Yes. Truly, nobody is more deserving of a little mob mentality, a little mob justice.
Oh, no.
Than an owner who is finding ways to sink to new lows in a game that's more than a century old. The Juice Boys Fund to burn down Dick Monfort's house because Dick Monfort deserves to shit his pants harder than his team has all season.
Did we just accept money on behalf of arson? Is that?
Well, not yet.
Yeah.
It hasn't
we took the advertising money to get the message out there.
Yeah, it's a philanthropic endeavor. You can do whatever you want as long as it's philanthropy.
It's for
where do you
cause?
Where do you buy a pitchfork anyway? Where do you buy a pitchfork?
At Pitchfork Emporium.
I have a pitchfork.
You have a pitchfork?
Have a pitchfork.
Okay, we're one pitchfork up. Take that off that 10K that we're raising.
Where'd you get the pitchfork?
I imagine from
the
our
hardware
father-in-law.
They're definitely a common thing that you can buy. A pitchfork is definitely a tool. You can get that at a hardware store.
What do you use not to digress, but what's the main purpose of a pitchfork?
To clear massive amounts of grass. All right. And so when you live in the mountains, I have all this shitty tall grass that I have to wait to get tall, or otherwise, if I cut it too short, then it's going to be yellow all year. And I go out there and then cut it down. Can't suck it up in the lawnmower, so I got to get a pitchfork, and then I try to light it on fire sometimes. But
thanks for tuning in to the Juice Boys show, where we learned about pitchforks.
There we go.
All right.
Joey's been practicing
His
to
arson.
burn down Dick Monfort's house.
We see how we brought it back, guys? We still got
Way
it.
to go,
We're
Joe.
getting back into shape. Guys, our big topic of the day. We're going hockey. Who are you choosing to go into a fight? NHL playoffs. You got a big crowd, loud crowd. Big play just happened. They cannot be a professional fighter, and they can be obviously a professional hockey player. So who you calling in? What big boy are you calling in to represent your team in the fight in the NHL playoffs? Joey, do you want to start us off?
oh, dude, I would love to. Thank you for giving me this honor.
Oh,
Okay.
who we got here, boys?
What is like? You think of a hockey player, you think of just badass tough, right? Somebody that just like they grind, they just push it out, and somebody who is not afraid of any sort of conflict. All right, I'm bringing up the biggest fireballer, heater pitcher of all time. I'm going to take Nolan Ryan. All right,
Okay.
Nolan Ryan when he was 46 years old. All right.
He's got to be on skates too, Joe. So
I don't get not for a fight. I mean, it's just like I guess you gotta
it's the
stand.
middle of the game.
Running out there in his tennis shoes?
It's in the middle of the
That's a
game.
serious
No,
disadvantage when everyone else is on skates.
That's true, but think about I'm talking about old hockey when you just have that bruiser, the guy you call in there like, hey, get in there, like kick his ass.
Did that guy not have
like an
skates on?
No, I mean, he did, but they weren't known for anything besides punching faces. When like they didn't need to skate. If he could get out there, like Happy Gilmore and just like please don't fall down and then just wreck shit, I'm taking it. All right. So 46 years old, Nolan Ryan pegged Robin Ventura. All right, Robin Ventura was 19. All right, sorry. He was just coming out of college. So probably like 21, 22 years old out of Oklahoma State, where he was one of the greatest college baseball players of all time. Thinking this kid is hot shit, he storms the mound trying to beat old man Nolan Ryan's ass. Nolan Ryan puts him into a headlock and throws like 7 or 8 repeated massive uppercuts right to the face. You tell me that dude is not he will not back down from anything. The hot shot top kid, Robin Ventura had legs like tree trunks. And he's running on him. He's like, look at you, punk ass bitch. I'm putting you into a headlock and punching the hell out of your face and embarrassing you for the rest of your career. All right. So I'm taking Nolan Ryan. Just going out there. Nolan.
Beautiful.
I want you to punch him. Nolan, I want you to throw this pitch right at his head. He did that.
I think the skating could get you. That could get you. If they land one and he's not on balance, I don't know. Okay. Chris, can you beat Nolan Ryan?
I think I can. I'm going with one of the most terrifying, just do not give a fuck attitude dudes from my youth. The first guy that came to mind for me,
Oh, no. I know.
Dennis Rodman.
How many times have you picked Rodman for something? I love Dennis Rodman.
Dude, can you imagine just that behemoth man on skates coming at you with ill intent, just getting ready to just turn your face into putty? Dennis Rodman is fearless and is just looking for any reason to start a fight anyway. Like the original Bad Boys in Detroit, then brought his talents to Chicago.
Okay.
And just threw bows and gave no Fs. I love it.
I think I'm going to give Bill Lambier a pair of skates and just let him go at it. You know, it's like let's just see it.
Just any bad boy. Okay.
No,
he's gonna clear the benches early
teammates,
though.
but yeah.
You try and call him in, he's actually already in the locker room.
In the locker room. Yeah, that's right. All right. I think I could beat both of you. I'm going to take Aaron Donald, guys. Come on. Quickest hands of the West. Ooh.
Oh, you're right.
He's short and stocky, so he's low to the ground, good balance on the skates. You're not going to be stronger than Aaron Donald.
Good balance.
You got to be on skates,
a
guys.
300-pound man is going to have good balance on skates.
He's low to the ground, low center of gravity.
It's like a gorilla ice skating, and Cody's like, I think he's going to be good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
He literally is like the most like human equivalent to a silverback gorilla. And you're just like
Behemoth. Just a
100 Aaron Donalds versus one gorilla.
Hey, that's next week, Joe. That's next week. We attacked that question.
Yeah.
Guys, you got Rodman at like 7 foot. He got no balance.
Hell
He's too
yeah.
straight. We got to have a low
Nobody's
guy.
getting inside that guard.
Dude, Aaron Donald is not losing a fight. Are you telling me Aaron Donald's going to lose a fight?
But he's going to bring it to the ground too quick. You got to stand up. You got to throw blows.
That's fair.
You know, as soon as it goes down to the ice, it's over. You know, you got to throw punches. He does have the fastest hands I've ever seen. Have you seen? This has been like surface, because I think if the NFL found out about it, they'd be like, "What the fuck am I seeing?" His trainers had knives in their hands, right? And they were trying to stab him, and he would punch them away. That was like happening in the training facility. I'm like, okay, there's training, and then there's idiocy, and then there's being psychotic.
The NFLPA was not aware of the situation.
Yeah. Oh, now
So you're saying that guy's losing a fight in the NHL? No way in hell. Thank you.
Not.
Joey, number 2.
Chris, you took my NBA pick, but I just
hell yeah.
And I'm talking about somebody who you need to be in a fight. You have to be psychotic. To be in like an orchestrated, planned, allowed while everybody is watching fight, you have to be a different level of psychotic.
Joey, how many fights have you been in your life?
Let's not talk about that. Like, students listen to this show.
Oh,
right,
right.
but how many have I lost, Cody?
I don't know.
None that you'll admit to.
That's right. That's
There it is, Chris.
That's the answer. All right, and so
as far as I'm concerned,
I'm gonna take like orchestrator of the image of basketball was grained into my brain watching the Malice in the Palace. All right, just seeing
great
Ron Artest just go absolutely ape, run into the crowd, start throwing elbows at fans, and grabbing the throat of the man who did not throw the beer on him down into a seat. The guy who threw the beer on him watched it like, oh shit, you know, he actually came out.
I made a mistake.
You know, so Ron Artest, now Meta World Peace.
No, back to Ron Artest.
He changed his name back.
Yeah.
Now he's back. Okay, so the man formerly known as Meta World Peace, he had the shortest fuse of all time. He got in several fights, never saw him lose any of them. Mm-hmm. But I just think seeing that psychoticness, no one will beat that. If you go into the fans, you go into the crowd, throwing people out of the way, choke somebody who didn't do it. You are a psycho.
So, fellas, as always, I'm not here to win these things. I'm here to be entertained. And my second pick is not going to contribute, but I think him trying will be the funniest thing I will have ever seen.
Okay.
I'm going with Tom Brady. Tom Brady on skates, getting into the first fight of his life.
No shot.
During the NHL playoffs. Not going to end well for any of us. Going to be the funniest thing you'll ever see in your life, though.
He would be hoping the team is going to pull him away and like, no, this is hockey. We don't.
Yeah,
you're on your own.
Drop your gloves.
He's 6'4", dude. That reach, come on.
That's fair. He doesn't know what to do with it.
You're defending that he's going to keep up in a fight in the NHL?
He is a baby giraffe learning to walk live. He does not know what he's doing. Could he figure it out just with his size? Sure.
A man with 800
combined
a man with 800 combined passing touchdowns for regular season, postseason. I think he could figure it.
What based on what information do you connect those two?
How fast does your arm go? I mean, just come on.
But he gets this one single attempt. All those coffee enemas not helping right now.
Well, the avocado.
All those kale smoothies. No,
avocado's got to help. That's
unless he has his hockey glove and he has his rings on underneath, where he could pull them off, and he has.
You're not skating with those on.
He's got a brass knuckle going on.
Forget he was drafted by the Expos as a catcher. Catchers are tough.
You're connecting some loose ass.
Other catchers are, yes.
You're really connecting dots here.
Tom Brady isn't.
You're really connecting.
Catchers don't give that to you. Mike Piazza, sure. Tom Brady, no.
That's loose, Joe. You're connecting weird.
Say Mike Piazza's tough? Come on, man.
All right, guys, I'm going to go a little more creative. You're going to love this. Maybe the quickest hands in the history of the world.
Okay.
You're telling me Bruce Lee on skate is not going to whoop ass?
Oh, that's really good.
I think you
That's a
said
good
professional fighters. Like,
He's not. I mean, it's like karate. Nah, it's not boxing.
it's a martial art.
Yeah, it's art.
His
It's
entire
art. It's
profession.
art.
His entire profession is martial arts.
It's
You
art.
watch him.
He's the oldest version of fighting,
and he's an
that's
actor.
ever been stylized.
No,
I think he was an actual martial
Pick
artist.
again.
And
It's
he got
art.
into acting.
You picked a
imagine
professional
this
fighter.
man.
You set the parameters, and you're like, no, fuck those.
Yeah.
I was leaning really into the acting.
You've run this show, and you said no professional fighters.
No,
And
real loose ship here, McCoy.
however,
I have a backup. Okay,
Booth did kick the shit out of him, so that's okay.
that's true.
You know, so that's all right.
All right, I'm gonna go the same vein.
Okay.
Apollo Ono.
The speed.
That dude is gonna slit throats with his. Okay,
That's not allowed in a hockey fight. You can't slit throats. Well, I guess.
Nolan Ryan's going on without skates. My guy can use a skate as a knife. Apollo
But,
Ono,
like-
those calves. Come
I
on.
think you're better off just skating around him and tiring him out than just laying
Yeah,
a punch.
I don't think how fast you skate has anything to do with.
No, but he's gonna
standing up
get
and
some
throwing
speed
punches.
and then get some momentum and then slit his throat.
Well, then that's just a cheap shot.
Oh, he's dead. He's gonna
That's
be
not a
dead.
fight. That's
We're
just
not talking about
murdering a
killing
guy.
people. We were gonna
Cody's
say
like,
we could
I
bring it
brought
to
in
the
a guy
ground.
to skate really, really fast
Yeah.
Yep.
and then commit a murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So this is
momentum.
obviously the pick. This is obviously the pick of the person who watches hockey the least. He picked Aaron Donald, who's supposed to sack him, which the fight would be over. And he picks Apollo Ono, who will slit throats, which is murder. All right.
The
And he
most
picked Bruce Lee, which is against the
fighter
rules.
of all time.
Yeah. Well,
So what are you saying, guys?
you don't understand hockey. You're not a hockey guy.
Did I miss the mark? Is that what you're saying?
Oh my God! Somehow you picked worse than Tom Brady.
Guys, he's got big calves. He's fast.
That's
I will
great.
take
Calves
I will
have nothing
take
to
Tom
do
Brady
with
in a fight.
Guys, the
over
momentum
Apollo
he's
and
going to
Tom
generate.
You're out there just getting your shit rocked, and you're like, "Hang on, Apollo will be here in just a couple more laps."
He's got to pick up speed. He just needs one. He's going to do a kick flip with the throat. He's dead. We're moving on.
So you're thinking he's gonna be like Flash from The Incredibles. Just
Yes, there you go, Joe. Now you're picking up.
Gone. Yeah, no, that's not.
Once
yeah.
Apollo gets here, you all are going to be real sorry.
Joey's picking up. Joey's picking up what I'm putting down.
Remember, Juice Junkies, you can listen to the show on all major podcast networks and YouTube. Please follow and rate the show and leave us a review through Apple. And we encourage you to follow the YouTube and Spotify channels.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Be a friend. Tell your friends about the podcast. We love all of you. Join our Juice Junkie community. Cody, back to you.
Guys, I'm excited. I have a stat of the day. I have a trivia of the day.
Hit us with it.
Ooh.
You know, inflation's not to get real government spending and all this. Inflation's been a fun topic last 4 or 5
Crushed
years.
it. Geopolitics done.
Here we go. You ready to end the show with some geopolitics? All right. The year is 2075. 50 years
Talk
from
about
now.
Gaza.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. You know what? Russia, Ukraine. Bring it out, babe. What do we got?
Yeah, let's do
Anything?
it. Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, inflation been a big fun topic the last few years of our life. The year is 2075. 50 years from now. Joey's probably dead, but if he's not, we're still hanging around. Okay?
88, no way. Yeah.
Chris is on his way out. I'm recording episodes by myself in 50 years. Here we go. We're playing a round of golf together. Okay? What is a round of golf?
Bringing Joey's corpse around.
What?
Like John Madden. Just like John Madden.
Joey's bringing Big Bertha.
Real weekend at Joey's.
Okay. We got a cart, a few beers, and 18 holes of golf. The Juice Boys are going golfing. With inflation, how much does that day cost? On an average 18-hole public course, how much is this costing us in the year 2075?
Average. Like average out here is not very much versus like Torrey Pines is a public course.
Like average. Like we'll probably spend, what, $90 going play 18, get a beer or two. You're riding in a cart. Okay.
Okay, 18's $90. A beer or two will be another $32, and then riding the cart's $50. So, yeah.
No, if the cart is included with the purchase. So
Then-
go
then you're
$90.
Then you're not going to a good course. Yeah.
Okay, $90 is our public dumbasses play 18. 50 years from now, how much is that round costing? Plus a few beers. You got to include that into the.
I'm going to say 50 years from now, it'll cost $1,850.
Dear Lord. For you? Just an individual?
Yeah. Well, think about it. And it was Nickelodeon back in the day. Now it's $20 to see a movie. Come on, man.
It's going to go with $674.99.
Joey, $2,000 in 50 years.
Yeah.
That's scary. All right, guys.
The house cost $40,000 like 30 years ago. Come on, Cody. Come on.
What are you from the north? What are you from the north there? What did you have to say my name?
Cody.
Cody?
Cody.
Hey there, Cody.
Hey there.
Cody.
You're being real silly there.
All right, the total. You both overshot it. The total for a single round for one of us morons would be around $350 to $400 for a single round. Isn't that crazy?
That's savings from where Joey was ready to pay.
Golf in a cart.
We're talking 50
You
years.
must have booked on golf now.
Yeah.
Guarantee it's cracking $1,000. We'll talking 50. No, we won't. But
No, we
I mean,
won't.
but yeah, we'll talking spirit.
It'd be around $300, $400. 3 beers would be from $18 now to $90 for 3 beers in 50 years. That's crazy.
Vegas right now.
That's true.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be golfing alone in 50 years, huh?
Yep. Hell, you may be
leave
golfing
you-
alone this summer.
I'll put the money in right now, and do an account that was just for inflation, and then we'll see.
Oh, savings account. Okay.
We'll see if you got $1,100 or 12, whatever I said, 1,800.
I don't know what we're talking about.
You know what? I know what we're doing. We're wrapping this show up.
Yeah,
we did it.
up. Yeah.
That a boy.
made it.
Yeah.
88 in the books. Thanks for letting us back into your lives, into your ears, and
We
your ear
missed you.
holes.
Oh, that sounds
As you take a
disgusting, but
walk.
great at the same time.
As you take a shit, as you cook your
There
dinner.
it is.
Thanks for just letting
Shower?
us be.
I listen to the shower a lot.
Yeah.
Oh.
You listen to
Sounds
yourself.
sexy.
I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretentious.
It is. But I want to see how I sound.
Just 3 brothers-in-law in the shower.
Can't much better than that.
home.
We're so back, guys. Tell your friends, tell your family. Engage on Instagram. Go ahead and follow. Stay juicy. Stay loose. Juice Boy.
Later,
See you in the
losers.
stands.
See you in the stands. Bye.
Bye.